Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here again on our 3,400 kilometre trip around New South Wales. So in this episode we have some amazing things to show you as we travel from the town of Narrandera, which we showed you in an earlier episode, all the way through to Junee, where we'll be enjoying some of the highlights of chocolate. Also be exploring a vintage fire station and so much more. So stay tuned to the channel, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We love having you on our 3,400 kilometre trip around New South Wales with Dougie Dog and Kevin the Caravan. Well, it's time to travel and we've got the Windsor back on the road again. It's exciting. For those of you who've been watching our channel, seeing us do the renovations, we're now heading off on a 3,400 kilometre journey around New South Wales. We'll be sharing with you the good, the bad, the exciting places, the charming destinations. Dougie will be out having lots of walks, so we'll be sharing some of the history, the places to stay, the things to do, the food to eat, and so much more. So we look forward to having you on our journey as we explore this amazing country, see some amazing animals. So please don't forget to like and subscribe and come along on our epic trip in our Windsor Pop Top. So if you want to see these amazing flowers on the Canola Way, the best time of the year to be here, according to the book, which I'm going to show you in a minute, is during August, September and early October. So when we stopped in Narrandera, I picked this up from the Tourist Information Centre. This is the Canola Trail, which we're on part of it now, but we're going to be seeing more of it than just the trail. So the Canola Way is actually a road. You can see it marked here on the map. But the Canola Trail, it actually loops around the bit that's in orange. But we're going to be heading along the actual Canola Way and we'll be exploring some different towns. So our first stop is Ganmain, which is a really amazing little historical town. It actually looks like it stepped out of a movie set from the 1920s. So it's really interesting. So here we are in the town of Ganmain on the Canola Way. It's a very nice picturesque town here. Now, one of the things we discovered from the Shire's website was that they have this thing called Restore, where they have all these amazing murals and historical signs that have all been done up that we're going to have a quick look at while we're here. Oh my God, wow, look at how stunning this mural is. This is just mind-blowing, and I'm looking forward to seeing so many more on this trail. So Ganmain is a really interesting little town. It's actually got a population of 793 people, according to the sign, and it was originally founded as a cattle station by a settler called James Devlin, and it is phenomenally known for its hay and chaff. And there is actually a hay museum in here. I had a little bit of trouble shooting, guys, so you'll have to come and have a look at it yourself. You will really enjoy seeing it, along with a lot of the other interesting things in the town. But the main street has all been repainted and it looks like it's ready for a movie set. Now, the Ganmain Historical Society is run by 6 local families, and it's got a lot of really interesting things to have a look at. I can only show you what's in the yard. Sadly, it was closed when we came through, but well worth the visit. So there's a really nice walking trail, but we didn't have time to have a look at it, that follows Boggy Creek along. But I do want to tell you that it's actually boasts being famous for having a whole stack of famous Aussie rural footballers that grew up here. There was a Russell Campbell, Dennis, Jim, Laurie, and Tom and Wayne Carroll, They all come from Ganmain, and they are all really good Aussie rules football players in Victoria, or have been in the past. Now, this is a really nice place to visit. There's a lot of really interesting things. I'm really sorry we couldn't go into the museum, but also there's lots of little bric-a-brac shops, lots of craft shops, lots of other bits and pieces. It's well worth taking the time to have a look around. Also, the showground you can camp at, I didn't get any details about what the costs were, but you can actually camp at the showground in Ganmain. I think it's on Wiki Camps too. We're going to head on now and check out the town of Coolamon. Looking forward to having lunch there. So at the moment we're in Coolamon. So this is really cool in the town of Coolamon. So along the Canola Way, they actually have a restored sign trail that you follow around the towns. Now it's not limited just to Coolamon. There's lots of other towns. We saw some of them in Ganmain. We're going to look at some of them here in Coolamon, but there's also other ones on the entire loop which I showed you in the map earlier. We're just going to have a look at a few of them here in Coolamon while we explore some of the other really interesting things in town. So here's more of those signs. The problem is that they've got a lot of trees blocking. They're beautifully repainted, but they've got a lot of trees blocking the view of them. What's this one say? Bicycle depot. So the next thing we're going to visit is the up-to-date store. We had to wait for it to open. Now it's lots of museums inside here. So while the outside is the original shop, which bought you stuff to keep you up to date, latest in everything. Now we're going to head in and explore. It's open from 10 a.m. daily.
The Flying Fox one came after. Lamson is still in business. This is the only one still in its original position in the Southern Hemisphere.
Wow.
That's working.
So it actually works?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This is how it originally looked.
Okay.
This is the original one. This one's obviously just a demonstration one for taller people. So they opened it up, put in the money or a docket, because obviously a lot of people were on farms, so they'd only wait for the week check or one of those to come in before they paid their accounts. So Lamson themselves came out and inspected it, and so the blueprints are all in that room there, you can see.
Wow.
So they put it in here, and there was one at each counter originally.
Yeah.
And
so a little bit like with Woolies, they have a modern version where
still
it sucks
the same
it.
company.
Yeah, it sucks it down.
Yeah. So it's all gravity fed.
Oh wow, this is just so cool. It's like watching one of those kids' toys.
It is, isn't it?
It's very scientific, isn't it?
And then you go down here, and the girls. There are other stores. It's not this store, but they all look very similar.
The same design. Wow.
Yeah. So
That
down
is,
here.
so it's even got a gold net on the top. That is very cool.
If it comes down to here, then it would have come to the ladies, the bookkeeping ladies, because that's where they would have put the cash into the office, you know,
Yeah.
there's a big safe in there.
Yeah, but it's got a great big long net, so great big long netball net. And so the empty ball would then be sent back this way?
Yeah, so this one now, it goes into here. Pulls up, and then it releases.
Full gravity powered.
Full gravity powered. Very ingenious design.
How does it know to bypass one to go to the other? Ah, so that's why it bypassed this one and didn't go into there. That is just so cool.
Not opened or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, so that's what canola looks like.
Yeah. You can put your hand in and have a feel of it. It's very tactile. You just want to play with it.
Oh, you do? It is shocking. You really do want to play with canola. That is so cool.
Give it to kids to make a nest with.
You can see where the...
You have a feel of that.
Very light, isn't it?
It is,
It
yeah,
is,
and then that crushes it for the oil, I guess.
So that was just amazing seeing that machine in operation when you think that it's 100 years old. Apparently it's the only one in the Southern Hemisphere that's still operating, which is really amazing. But the ones that Woolies use today in their supermarkets is pretty much the same company, a lot more modern, obviously. So I'm only going to show you a small tidbit more of the up-to-date store, and then we're going to head in and have a look at some of the other museums here, including the Agricultural Museum and the RSL Museum. So before we head downstairs with Dougie into the Agricultural Museum, I wanted to show you this amazing carved out canoe. So this is actually carved out of a log, and I just think this is absolutely fascinating. It's way down into the Farmer Museum. There we go. We check out this bit, the Farmer Museum bit. So this is very cool. That looks like a giant Mexican hat. A pig trough. So it looks like a giant Mexican hat, Dougie. So here we are in the Agricultural Museum. I think this is really, really fascinating. There's a lot of interesting stuff. It really, really is a big museum with lots of different things. I'm still fascinated by that Mexican hat, which is a pig trough, but it is well worth the visit. Entrance is just a donation. So come out and check it all out. So our next stop in Coolamon is the RSL Museum, which I believe is going to be an amazing visit. Also just a donation. So there is some truly amazing memorabilia inside the museum. I was just mind blown away. The Japanese flag from the Second World War and so much stuff. This is really, really amazing for those people that are interested in military history and RSL. You should come and check this out. Now I'm not going to show you everything that the museum has to offer. You guys need to head out to Coolamon on the Canola Way and see it for yourself, but this is just stunning. So an absolute must-have when you come to visit the town of Coolamon, when you're on the Canola Way, is to visit the Coolamon Cheese Factory. To visit all the cheese. It's blue vein cheese, becoming blue vein cheese. Also have a cafe in here. It is dog friendly. They have an outdoor area out the back. So we grabbed a cake and some tea and we sat outside in this beautiful outdoor area. There's a grassed area. It's nicely shaded, and the lady said they're going to be doing a whole stack more renovations here. The other thing I found really interesting, that not only do they sell cheese, but they also sell wine. So I was advised that this is a clean skin wine that is actually made by Jugiong wine cellars and then brought to Coolamon so you can have wine and cheese. Sounds like a lovely plan. That's really cool. So quark is also an element on the periodical table. Double brie. Riverina silk feta. There are so many yummy cheeses here at Coolamon. I don't know where to start. Ooh, we've got a lemon myrtle and a river mint. I think we'll start with those. Ooh, honey. That's really cool. Cream and honey. Come on. So just up the main road from the main street there is an amazing state forest. Kindra Bike and Walking Trail. Now this is part of the Kindra State Forest and we're going to get out here and explore. For those of you that are interested in geocaching, there is literally a couple of geocaches out here, not far from the parking area. It's literally on the edge of the town and we're going to take Dougie for a walk in here. Given you can do mountain biking and other things out here, you know, you really should check out Coolamon. Stay for a couple of nights in the caravan park. We're going to be heading on to Junee shortly, where we've actually booked into accommodation. But you should definitely check out Coolamon. Look at these beautiful flowers. I'm guessing the reason this bit is called the Twister is it's a very twisty bit of the mountain biking trail here in the state forest. But we're not going to wander down there. We're going to head back to the car because we need to get on to Junee. So we're here at the Junee Tourist Park, which is pet friendly, and we've got an excellent spot because it's all drive through, and right next door is a dog park, so it's a perfect location. A 2-minute walk to the chocolate factory and lots of other things. So we're just arriving at the chocolate factory and I'm very excited to be exploring all this stuff. We're going to be having lunch here today. It's a beautiful day. It's still very windy, and we're going to explore around here. Then we're heading up to check out the roundhouse. So they have a railway roundhouse plus a few other bits and pieces before we head on to our next destination. But a must do here, which we're going to do, well I'm going to do right now, is make a giant freckle. Here we go. So we've got a bit of white on one side. That is just so cool. Go Mr. White. And then mostly brown. And then a little bit more white. Come on. And a little bit more brown. And we do this with just a little. There we go. Now we sprinkle to our heart's content. That is so cool. Okay, so while we're waiting for our freckle to dry, we're having a wonderful lunch. I've got the summer platter, which is just divine, and then I'm going to browse around the shop and pick up some chocolates. Okay, while I'm not sponsored by the chocolate factory, I love chocolate and there's some amazing things that I've just bought. I will show you the freckle. It's still drying a bit, but we're going to nip across the road, across the car park, literally, to the Machine Museum, and I'm going to show you around that. Okay, so we're now exploring the amazing Junee Roundhouse. Now, the price for what we saw was absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to be showing you around. I'm really looking forward to it. Now, this is a dog-friendly venue, so you can bring your dog inside. There's also plenty of space for pulling up with the caravan, even though we've already got a campsite. And we're going to explore some amazing stuff in here. So after looking at all of the amazing display on the inside in the front part of the museum, it's time to head across and check out all the trains in the roundhouse. I'm really excited about this. So let's get started exploring, and we're going to check out all these really interesting trains.
That is an amazing old steam train, Dougie. Going to go look at the steam train? There's Dougie down there hiding. Come on. Up the stairs. Up we go. Up. Yeah, we're going to look in the train. There's Dougie on the train. That is very cool. Look at that huge old train.
There's so much to see in here. You would be here for a whole day, but we came in the afternoon and it's getting close to closing time. So I'm just going to show you guys a little bit more, but you need to come and check it out for yourselves.
That's very different. I've never heard of an accident train before, but it does make sense that you would have a train that was for accidents. Careful, little boy.
So as we come to the end of this amazing adventure on the Canola Way, just letting you know that I'll put the links in the comments below for the Restore Trail and other bits and pieces. So you'll find all that information in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this leg of our 3,400 kilometre trip around New South Wales. You will really love it if you can get the chance to get out and explore the Canola Way. There's chocolate, there's cheese, and there's so much more out here. It was a wonderful few days along this area, and we're going to continue on our 3,400 kilometre trip around New South Wales, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. And if you missed some of our earlier episodes, click on the video at the end.